The gaming industry is going to get one of the biggest W's it has gotten in a very long time. My name is Isaac, and if you know more of my stories, be sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. As I was saying, the gaming industry is going to be getting a huge W, and coming from the European Union, no less. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple of years ago, we had a little fiasco with Star Wars Battlefront 2, and FIFA and the EU decided to get involved because they had a harmful and predatory practices with their loot boxes. And we can all agree that these games are mostly targeted towards children, which having these predatory practices is just not okay because they equated pretty much to gambling. And now, once again in 2025, the European Union is banning the use of virtual currencies to disguise the price in-game purchases. I'm sure all of you guys are aware about the in-game currencies that I'm talking about: crystals, gem, quartz, starlight, whatever you want to call them. You'll find them in all your gacha games and your live services. Interesting thing about these gems is that they always have some type of odd number when you buy them. You can never just get 100 or 200. You'll always get maybe 160 or maybe 75 or maybe a number like 90. Essentially, no matter how many gems you have, whatever you'll buy, you'll always have some remaining gems, incentivizing you to go back to the store, get more gems, and roll for more characters. It's incredibly infuriating, and it's a practice I hated and thought that I would have to just deal with it for as long as I played these kind of games, which is why I don't play them anymore. But the European Union had something else to say. It seems like there will be new requirements. These requirements entail clear and transparent pricing information. I'm hoping that instead of having to buy crystals, it'll just be like, you want 10 rolls, it's $5. That's what I'm hoping for, and honestly, that sounds great to me. Avoid practices hiding the cost of in-game digital content, respecting consumers' vulnerabilities, in particular when it comes to children, and more. And for those of you who want more, I've got more over here. The Commission and National Authority takes action to protect children from harmful practices in video games. Coordinated by the European Commission, the Consumer Protection Corporation Network, CPC, has launched an enforcement action against Star Stable Entertainment AB to ensure a safer, more transparent experience for players of the Star Stable online game. In addition, the CPC network is presenting today key principles to help the gaming industry comply with the EU consumer protection rule related to in-game virtual currencies. These rules, a lot of them are targeted towards children, as you guys will see here. Essentially, the CPC, after receiving complaints from the Swedish Consumer Association, decided to form a coordinated action against Star Stable Entertainment, requesting them to provide information and commercial practices that children might encounter in their games. After their assessment of the company, they found that there were multiple practices that were in direct violation with the EU consumer protection legislation, and a lot of those were particularly harmful towards children, such as direct appeal to children in the advertisement, urging them to buy or persuade adults to buy for them in-game currency or items. The use of pressure techniques such as purchase through time-limited practice to unduly influence children to purchase in-game virtual currency or in-game content. A lack of clear and transparent information adapted to children about buying and using in-game virtual currency, leading consumers to spend more than they intended to. Failure by the company to ensure that the influencers promoting their products clearly disclose commercial content and do not unduly influence children with their marketing techniques. As you guys can see, it seems like the EU is a little bit more strict when it comes to advertisement towards children, and I think that's a fantastic thing. Honestly, these game companies and their disgusting monetization practices can pause. And hopefully with the CPC putting pressure on these companies in Europe, it's going to have a domino effect and start affecting these companies all around the world. And that would be a glorious day for the gaming community.
Please clap.
With the assessment done and the problems pointed out, Star Stable Entertainment actually has a 1 month to provide a written response addressing the issues highlighted in the CPC comment position and to propose commitments to remedy them. Which, honestly, I like it. They're not like, oh, you guys have a year. It's like, no, we found the problem. We don't like what we're seeing. Fix it. You have a month. And more, it's careful. I can't say government needs to get involved in companies because if they get too involved in companies, that can be dangerous as well. But in this particular case, it is insane that it's been permitted to happen for so long and for God knows how much money these people have collected over the years. Because essentially, these loot box mechanics are gambling. And now that you buy a currency, which allows you to buy another in-game currency, which allows you to buy a bunch of spins, at the end of the day, it's still gambling and it's still targeted towards kids. As a response to this whole debacle, the CPC network came out with key principles for a trustworthy online gaming environment. These key principles include clear and transparent pricing and pre-contractual information, avoiding practices hiding the cost of in-game digital content and services, as well as practices forcing consumers to purchase virtual currencies. Respect of consumers' right of withdrawal. Respect consumers' vulnerability, in particular when it comes to children. Honestly, I see this as a huge W. It's fantastic. I hope a domino effect starts and we see this more often because these companies have gone away with basically daylight robbery for way too long and it's time it stopped. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. While you're down there, drop a like, comment, and subscribe because we're on the road to 400. And as always, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.